COVID-19 is happening again. Remember 2019? That year feels like yesterday, doesn't it? The world turned upside down. A virus COVID-19 entered our lives quietly but left behind chaos, fear and pain that we'll never forget. We saw lives being lost, streets that were once full of noise and laughter went silent. We stayed locked in, some of us were away from our loved ones and others lost them forever. But somehow we survived, we adapted, we masked up, got vaccinated, followed protocols and slowly we started to breathe again. So hi, this is Khatija and you're watching the Free Press Journal. So yes, the virus is making a comeback and that's why I'm here. Not to scare you, but to talk to you like a friend, like someone who's been through it with you. So let's understand what's really going on together. As of now, India's active COVID-19 cases have gone up to 3,758 and leading this surge is Kerala reporting 1,400 cases, followed by Maharashtra with 506 active cases. In the last 24 hours alone, 360 new cases have been reported. Now let me ask you, have you felt recently that more people around you are catching colds or having flu-like symptoms that just won't go away? Well, you're not imagining things. COVID is circulating again. Although it's very different from what it was back in 2020 or 2021. So let me tell you what's going on in simple terms. Why are COVID-19 cases rising again? Now let me come to this point, the biggest question. Why again and why now? The answer is simple but very important. It all comes down to something called waning immunity. Think about this. The last time many of us got vaccinated was during the second or third wave. And since then, no booster shots, no fresh vaccines. Over time, the protection those vaccines gave us starts fading. Just like how mobile batteries drain after regular use, our immunity also weakens. And what about kids who were born during or after the pandemic? Many of them have never been exposed to the virus or the vaccine. So their bodies don't have any natural defense against it yet. That makes them vulnerable too. So now ask yourself, when was the last time you or your family got a COVID vaccine or booster? Now are new variants to blame? You might be wondering, is this rise because of new variants again? Well, so far there is no confirmed evidence that a new super variant is behind this rise. Well, yes, some new names are floating around like JN1, LF7 and NB181. And agencies like the World Health Organization and Indian health authorities are keeping an eye on them. But as of now, there is no proof that they are more dangerous, more contagious or more deadly than the previous Omicron versions. So while variants are being watched, they are not the main reason for this rise. Now, how serious are the recent cases? Let me tell you the good part. Most of the recent cases are mild. So what does that mean? This means people are getting symptoms like similar to regular flu, like low-graded fever, tiredness, sore throat, dry cough or body aches. Some even feel completely fine. The virus seems to be more infectious but less dangerous. Now let me ask you, if you had a cold recently, did you wonder is this just the flu or something else? Well, that's the tricky part because COVID symptoms now overlap almost completely flu or common cold. Now, what are the current symptoms? Let's talk about it. Let's break it down. Here's what most people are experiencing. First, mild fever. Second, sore throat. Third, dry cough. Fourth, runny or stuffy nose. Fifth, body aches and joint pain. Sixth, fatigue. And lastly, it's headache. But what's missing? The loss of smell or taste. The signature symptom from the earlier waves, it's mostly gone now. And so are serious breathing problems, oxygen dips or pneumonia, especially in vaccinated people. So yes, COVID has changed, but it hasn't vanished. Now let's come to the recovery point. Recovery, now what should you expect? Let me tell you what doctors are saying. Most people are recovering at home within just 3 to 5 days. They are managing symptoms with rest, fluids, paracetamol and basic cares. You don't need any special treatment unless you have other health conditions. Now let me ask you this. Do you keep a thermometer or oximeter at home just in case? If not, maybe. It's time to get once again, not to panic, but just to be ready. So now an important thing. Who is still at risk? Here's where we need to be extra careful. If you are elderly, have So if you have conditions like diabetes, heart disease or cancer, or on medications that weakens your immunity, then yes, COVID can still be risky, even in its milder form. So if you or someone in your family fits this category, please don't ignore flu symptoms. Get tested, talk to your doctor, don't delay. Now, how do you know if it's COVID? Now, this is very important. If your throat is sore and you have a slight fever, do you assume it's COVID or do you just think it's the weather? The truth is, we can't tell anymore just by looking at the symptoms. COVID, flu and other viral infections all look the same now. And that's exactly why experts say don't try to guess. Instead, if you feel unwell, act like it's COVID, isolate, wear a mask, take precautions. That mindset can make all the difference. Now let me come to a very serious question. Do we really need vaccines again? Well, right now the existing vaccines may not be perfectly matched to the new variants, but still they do help prevent severe illness. So if you are someone at risk or haven't had a booster in a long time, it's a good idea to talk to your doctor. But remember, even if most cases are mild, prevention is always better than regret. Now what's happening in different states? Let me quickly tell you what the numbers say across India. Kerala is seeing the highest number of active cases, and that is 1,400. Maharashtra has around 506, with Mumbai, Pune and Thane contributing the most. West Bengal has seen a rise too, 82 new cases in just 24 hours. Delhi added 61 cases and sadly reported its first death in this wave, a 60-year-old woman. Karnataka has 238 active cases now and reported a 63-year-old man's death who had comorbidities. Punjab, Odisha, Andhra Pradesh, Gurugram all have rising but manageable numbers. So the spread is national, but the severity is still under control. Now what's the government response? The health ministry and state officials are monitoring things closely. Karnataka, for example, has ramped up testing, ensured availability of test kits and advised people to wear masks in crowded places. Now let me ask you, have you seen more people wearing masks lately, or rare, or are we back to living like it's all over? Now the final thought. What should you do now? So let me tell you this. First, there is no need to panic, but yes, we must not ignore the signs. Second, if you're sick, stay home. Third, if you're going to a crowded place, wear a mask. Fourth, if someone around you is unwell, maintain distance. Fifth, keep your immunity strong with proper sleep, food and hydration. And if you're someone at risk, talk to your doctor about vaccination or boosters. Remember, this virus has changed, and so should our mindset. It's not about fear anymore, it's about responsibility for ourselves and for others too. So take care of yourself and your loved ones. If you have symptoms, stay home, isolate and don't take it lightly. If you are stepping out, especially in crowded places, wear a mask, wash your hands regularly, eat well, sleep enough and stay updated. And for more such important updates, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to the Free Press Journal. So stay safe, stay aware, we'll get through this together.